I could actually get some work done if I lean in this direction. Here's Boo. He's so comfortable.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto, the Lucky Ferals.
It is 7 a.m. Good morning, Splashy. How are you today? You okay? Splash has been up and looking out the windows. I was up about an hour ago and all the cats were up, and then I went back to bed to try to fall back asleep, and I guess the cats tried to do the same, but that's fine. They like to get up, 4 or 5 o'clock and be active and then just relax a little bit. Can I have pets? You're a good boy, Splashy. You're a very good boy. Here's Simba. Hello, Simba. Oh, you're sleeping with the toy? Got your toy here. Let me tell you what happened. So, when I woke up, I guess it was around 6 a.m. It was probably a little bit earlier than 6 a.m. I realized, wow, I slept all night. Nobody woke me up, and I didn't hear Simba vomiting. I was like, oh, that's really good. So he did not vomit all day yesterday, and he ate his dinner, did not vomit after that, and he had some crunchies, did not vomit. And then I realized, well, he did go through a phase a while ago where he'd vomit if he didn't get a snack at 4 a.m. If he didn't get a little tiny snack, he'd vomit in the morning. And some people say that cats will do that if they haven't eaten in too long. So when I woke up, I said, well, let me give him a few Crunchies as a snack so, he won't vomit in case, he has an acidic stomach or something like that. And when I got up to do that, he was eating some Crunchies out of this. So there was a little bit of leftover Crunchies in this coffee filter, and he was eating those. So I was like, okay, yeah. So I was thinking correctly with regards to that because, he was doing the same thing that I was thinking of. So hopefully there will be no vomiting today. And here's Boo. Hello, Boo. How are you? And I don't think I mentioned it yesterday, but after I left the vet's office, well, actually it happened while I was at the vet's office, but it was super noticeable after I left the vet's office. My anxiety decreased so much. When I was going to the vet's office, my anxiety was really high, and the closer that I got to the office, the more my anxiety was. I felt my heart beating out of my chest. It was crazy. And then when I got there, the anxiety was super high also. It was as high as it was when I was, taking Stella to the second animal hospital that she was transferred to, because at that time I remember I couldn't sit still in the waiting room, and I was pacing around the exam room. And it was the same thing at the vet yesterday. I put Sammy's carrier down on a bench and I just was pacing. And even in the little exam room, I was just pacing around. Normally I'll just sit in a chair, and I was just no, I can't even sit still. I was just pacing. And then when I was talking to the vet tech, it was a little bit better. And then once the vet came in and he was examining Sammy and I was talking to him, then it got a lot better. The subject of Stella did not come up. I didn't want to bring it up, and he didn't mention it. Mondays are the busiest day there, so I didn't want to take up too much of his time. I was just really happy to have the appointment for Sammy. And it had nothing to do with Sammy. The anxiety that I was feeling had nothing to do with Sammy. What it had to do with is just the vets that were at that emergency room, and how horrible they were, and how incompetent they were, and how cruel they were, especially to Stella. So when I went to the vet's office yesterday, it was so nice to see a competent vet with lots of experience, who knows what he's doing and who knows what he's talking about, and who really was super thorough with Sammy with regards to her exam. And that's why I like bringing the cats to this vet because they do get such a thorough exam there. Even when Stella was there in December, she got a really thorough exam. And, we did the blood tests. And, it's just like a really strange thing that happened to her. And there were many different factors involved. But I think yesterday's trip to the vet restored quite a bit of my faith in taking cats to the vets, and in the fact that not all vets are nightmares like the vets at the emergency room were. And I know I definitely felt a lot less anxiety the rest of the day yesterday. I even went to the supermarket. I returned some things that I needed to return. Amazon returns, I have to go to Whole Foods to do that. I was able to do that. So I was able to be productive yesterday, which is great. And I slept really good last night. And even this morning, when I woke up, my anxiety is super low. It's at a 1 on a scale of 1 to 10. That's not saying it's not going to come back, but I'm just saying I've noticed a massive difference after taking Sammy to the vet yesterday. So I'm really happy I did that, because not only is it helping her, because we're going to heal her little paws, but I just feel like it's something that I needed to do. It's like, how they say, if you fall off a horse, you have to get back on it. I feel like it's that kind of thing. If you have a tragedy or something like that, you have to, kind of just get back into the swing of things and not let it negatively affect you, even though it's scary. It was so scary to take Sammy to the vet yesterday. But once I did it, once I got through it, then I was like, okay, this is actually much better. This is much better. And it really goes to show you the importance of finding a good vet that you're comfortable with. If you go to a vet's office and if you leave with any doubts in your mind, I don't know if what he said was right, or I don't know if what she did was the right thing, or if you think that they weren't thorough enough, if you think that they were dismissive, like that other holistic vet that I took Boo to, I felt like things were a little bit dismissive there. When I took him there because his mouth was bleeding, I felt like there was some dismissiveness going on there, and my concerns were not taken as seriously as they should have been taken, which is why then a short while later, I then took him to the vet that I took Sammy to, and then he was diagnosed with a mouth ulcer, because this vet is much more thorough than the other vet was, and this vet is not dismissive. So it's so important to find a vet that you're comfortable with, and that doesn't raise any red flags. Maybe that's the way to distinguish it. If I go to a vet and any red flags are raised, if I think they're being dismissive, red flag. If I don't like the way that they're handling a cat, red flag. I think that's a really good way to think about it. And in the case of Stella in that emergency room, it was just one red flag after another. The problem was I didn't think there was anything that I could do about it. I didn't think that I would be able to be okay, guys, I'm just going to remove her from here. I'm going to take her somewhere else. How do you say that when she's under someone's care, especially if you want to trust the vets that are, providing care to your animal, because you don't want it to be a situation where you're going to piss them off or upset them so that they're going to treat the animal badly. I bent over backwards and I kept my mouth shut so many times when Stella was in that emergency room, because I did not want to cause any problems with the doctors. I was as absolutely polite as I could be, but they were just assholes. They were just complete assholes. And I can't say everyone there was, because the first day I dropped her off, people were nice. I had no idea how incompetent they were, but they were nice. And even the second day there was the most competent vet that I spoke to. And when I researched the vets, it ended up that she was the one with the most experience. She'd been a vet for like more than 15 years. And there was a stark difference between her and the other vets, like stark difference between just how she did things and how the other vets did things. And then that third day was just nightmare all around. Every single person there was a nightmare. And they're the ones that had like the least amount of experience as far as like the actual vet goes. I'm definitely feeling a lot less anxiety today. I'm going to get up, start getting ready for my day. I just wanted to document that, and hopefully we'll proceed in a positive direction. Right, Bo? It is 9:10 a.m. and I just had playtime with Boo, Splash, and Simba for almost a half hour. And Sammy just took her antibiotic in this Fancy Feast seafood feast classic pate. She ate it, like she just gobbled it up. I'm super happy right now. This is the Betacillin drops, also known as Clavamox drops. And yesterday I gave these to her in a Delectables bisque, but she could taste these and she didn't really like it, but I was able to get it, into her. And today she just gobbled this up, like just totally gobbled it up. And I wanted to make sure this was the first thing she ate. So I could check this off my list. It's almost 11 a.m. and here's Sammy. Hey, Sammy. She's hanging out in Boo's room. The window's open a little bit. And I'm just trying to keep her from running around. She slept in her bed downstairs all night from what I could tell from the security camera footage, which is good. And then this morning, during playtime, she didn't run around that much. She was kind of just sitting underneath the ottoman down there, but that's good because I didn't want her running around that much. She's walking around fine. Hey, Nancy. But I'm trying to keep her off of her feet so she could just heal them, right, Sammy? We don't want you using your feet too much for like a week, okay? Because we got to go back to the vet next week, and we want to show how good and healed you are, right, Sammy? So that way you don't have to take any more medicine. If your feet are healed by next week, you don't have to take any more medicine, Sammy. No more medicine if you're good and healed, okay? You can see she still has a little bit of a wound there. It's 4:10 p.m. Here's Richard. Hey, Richard. How are you? I just got home a little while ago. I had to go to the post office, and then I went to Trader Joe's, and then I went to HomeSense. Then I went and I bought 6 bags of cat litter, and then I bought lunch, and then I came home, or like an early dinner. Here's Boo, and so far it's been a pretty good day, like anxiety-wise. On a scale of 1 to 10, most of the day's been out of 1. And there were a few times while I was out, maybe I got up to a 2, but like a 2 is really easy to just be like, okay, go away. I don't need you, anxiety, just leave me alone, or just to like push it down. That's easy to do. So it feels so nice to be able to like do things without my body just freaking out for no reason, without my adrenals just like going haywire. Right, Boo? It just feels so nice to just like be internally calm and peaceful. So I just wanted to document that. I gave Sammy the immune support supplement when I got home. I cut it into 4 pieces, and then I wrapped each piece in half of a greenie, like, one of those pill things that you're supposed to like hide pills in. I cut those in half, and then I wrap like a quarter of each tablet in a half of those, and then I kind of roll them around in some ground up Temptations, and she ate all 4. So she got the whole tablet, which is good. She's been relaxing in her bed downstairs, and she has not been disturbing her wounds on her paws. So I don't want to like spray them or put stuff on them because they're just looking good. And I know if I spray them or put something on them, then it's going to make her want to lick it. And, cats' tongues are rough, and she's going to disturb, where they're at right now. So if I notice that I see like litter stuck to them, or if I notice they're bleeding or they look different, then, I'll want to clean them with the wound care stuff or the chlorhexidine that I got from the vet. But for now, I think they look good. They do have scabs on them, and hopefully, she's not going to disturb the scabs and they'll just continue to heal. That's what I'm hoping. Like when Boo had scabs from his dermatitis, he kept ripping those scabs off. Like every single day he would rip his scabs off. So that was like really difficult. The only thing that stopped him from ripping the scabs off was the neopredef powder, because it would kind of like numb the area, stop it from itching if it was itching for him. But so far, Sammy's been pretty good. And I would rather that she just relax in bed and not run around on her paws, so they could heal faster than, me putting stuff on it and her not liking it and then like running around to get away from me. So that's my reasoning behind that. And we'll see how everything goes. We're just taking things one day at a time, right, Boo? So today's, it's kind of a little bit overcast today. It's in the low 40s, so it's not too cold. Tomorrow we're supposed to get thunderstorms. It's supposed to be like a really rainy day, so I wanted to get a lot done today. It is almost 8 p.m. Here's Boo. He's laying on the couch with me. Let me tell you what happened. So, I had a really good day, and I came home, and I said, let me do all the cat chores. Let me scoop all the litter, fill up the water bowls, and got all that done. And then what I did was I picked up my computer and I came here to the couch and I sat down and I put my feet up and got work done on my computer, and I was being productive, getting work done. And around 5:15, I just got so comfortable. Like I was so comfortable. I was like, you know what? I need to take a nap. I need to just close my eyes for 20 minutes and take a power nap, and then I'll, get more energy, be able to do more and be more productive. The 20-minute nap was so good that like I just hit like repeat on my phone. Is like just repeat. So I ended up sleeping another 20 minutes. And then when the alarm went off again, I could have slept another 20 minutes, but I looked at the window and it was already like getting dark out. And I was like, I have to get up because I want to put some food outside for Ox. And I also want to get more work done. Like, I don't want to just, sleep for hours right now. I need to be productive. Well, it took me a while to like get up. Like I was just like really groggy from the nap. And ever since I got up from the nap, like the anxiety has been higher. I've been at like a 3. Maybe at a 4 at some points. But I've just been like working through it. And what I realized is that the same way that cortisol rises like in the morning when you wake up, the same thing can happen after you take a nap, especially if you've been sleep deprived. Now, last night I got 6 hours of sleep, so that's not necessarily totally sleep deprived, but my body still needs more sleep than it's been getting. And I really think that's why the anxiety kicked in a little bit more after I woke up from the nap because of the rise in cortisol. But I was able to get Sammy to eat her antibiotic in a little bit of Fancy Feast. So that was good. She took her antibiotic a little bit after 6 p.m., maybe like 6:30. And I put some food outside for Ox and cleaned up the kitchen a little bit. And then I made myself some soup with garlic, ginger, turmeric, black pepper, and some honey. And I just finished that, and it was really good. I had like a pint of that. And I'm drinking some orange juice. And here's Boo. Now he's relaxing on me. And so that's what has been going on. So it's nice to take a nap, but sometimes waking up from the nap can cause anxiety due to a cortisol, due to a rising cortisol. So hopefully that'll pass soon. All the cats are like really relaxed right now. And I'm trying to keep everyone relaxed because of Sammy's feet. This morning, like the OG4 had playtime. And I did have playtime with the Lucky 7 also. And I mentioned that. But like in general, I'm just trying to keep things calm for Sammy. I don't want her running around the house. I just really want her to stay off her feet as much as possible. I do need to vacuum though. I don't know if I'm going to vacuum tonight or tomorrow morning, but I need to vacuum. But I know she's going to run and hide. But maybe I'll just vacuum up here. I don't know. I'm not going anywhere right now because Boo's too comfortable. Boo says, don't go anywhere. Just let me lay on your leg. Okay, Boo. Okay, Boo. You're so happy. You're so happy, Boo. My computer's right here next to me. I started editing a video that I'd like to post today, but I don't think I'm going to be able to work on it while Boo's over here. Okay, Boo, you relax. You relax with me. We're watching some I Love Lucy. Except now I can't even reach the remote because the remote's on the coffee table. Okay, Boo. Okay, we'll relax a little bit, okay? It's 8:10 p.m. and it ends up I could actually get some work done if I lean in this direction. Here's Boo. He's so comfortable. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.